He's Denny Hamlin, driver of the number 11 FedEx Toyota, our good buddy, joining us. Where are you right now?
In Daytona, in the motorhome, chilling.
In the RV. Set the scene in the RV right now.
All right, I'm laying in my bed. My feet are kicked up, literally.
Okay.
And I'm just watching a little Sports Center. That's about it.
What do you do if let's say there's a rain delay?
If it's a rain delay, I'm doing exactly the same thing. Well, I mean, we have so much time down here. We spent 2 weeks down in Daytona. Obviously, we've got 3 races and during this 2-week period. So there's some young guys coming in our sport that think they're pretty good at basketball, and I've, of course, got a couple blown ACLs, but I don't mind schooling them in horse every now and then. So usually I get a knock on the door every day around lunchtime to go beat up on those kids.
Who's good? Who's talking smack to you?
Ryan Blaney, he's pretty good. I'd say in a game instance, he'd be one of the guys to beat. But this is a game of horse. It is a game of trick shots, and nobody can beat me in trick shots.
Did you ever play Michael Jordan in horse?
I don't, because I got more sense than that.
Well, no, you would want to do it for the story, and you might win or get a letter on him.
I'm smarter than that. I know I won't. I'll just get humiliated.
Yeah, but you expect to be humiliated. You have nothing to lose. That's when you go after Jordan.
Yeah, I will tell you this, though. I did have a pretty good game of horse going at my old house, my old lake house, about 8 years ago. And I was beating Raymond Felton in a game of horse, and he proceeded to start dunking.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth about guys that are capable of dunking. Never play horse with them.
The least athletic NASCAR driver is who?
Brad Keselowski.
That was pretty quick. Why is he the least athletic?
Why?
Yeah.
Please go on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Please go on YouTube and find Brad Keselowski dribbling a basketball at a Hornets game.
Uh-oh.
The whole argument of NASCAR guys or drivers,
yeah,
he just ruined it for all of us.
Is he less athletic than Tony Stewart?
Gosh, it's close. But here's the thing. Here's what I always argue is about this whole athlete thing, right? I mean, we all know that defensive linemen or offensive linemen, those guys are athletes. Just because they're big and fat doesn't mean they're not athletes. There's a difference in having athletic ability and just having athletic build, in my opinion.
Okay. Now, Paulie gets abused every time he tweets out about NASCAR, and anytime we mention NASCAR, people will say the following, that's not really a sport. Those guys really aren't athletes. So you get this all the time, I'm sure. How do you answer it?
Get in a car one time. I'll ride you around in a 2-seater car that goes like 3/4 speed, and your body cannot handle it. You can't handle the heat. You can't handle the G-forces for more than 5 laps. It's not even an argument. We lose around 13 pounds of sweat during the course of a race. No normal person's body can withstand that.
Are you more athletic than a baseball pitcher?
I think it's the same. I essentially think it's the same. We just have different capabilities. He has his specialty. We have ours.
He's Denny Hamlin, driver of the number 11 FedEx Toyota, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Have you had a bad pre-race meal?
I stick to the basics. I mean, the chickens, things like that, the pastas before a race, things that kind of keep water weight, keep some water substance in your body. I don't venture out much. I mean, it's like, Yeah, I try to keep it basic because we are in the car for 4 hours, so you don't want things to go bad, as Tony Stewart found out one time.
Now, he said it was the watermelon that he had.
I think no, he's full of it. It ain't the watermelon.
Well, he wasn't full of it apparently after the meal that he had. He said
No.
with 10 laps to go, he lost it. Like lost his.
That's amazing. I mean, how do you power through that? How are you leading the race and messing on yourself and can keep your composure? It was unbelievable.
But he had to go to victory lane after having issues there.
The guy's a champion.
That's a warrior. Yep, that is a warrior is what that is. The strategy for Daytona as opposed to another race, like how much more strategy is involved here than something else?
Well, I think it used to be everyone would say, oh, it's a crapshoot, anybody can win. And my argument to that is that you don't see the same guys winning on super speedways all the time like Dale Jr.'s and guys like that, because they're the luckiest guys in Vegas. I mean, there's a way you can be strategic. I feel like I've gotten a lot better over the last few years at it, and I've driven differently to get to that level. So this is one of the more strategic races that we have all year long for sure.
How many kids do you have?
I have one.
You have a boy?
I have a girl, 3-year-old.
Okay. If you had a boy, would you look at NASCAR or football as more dangerous?
I say football. I mean, football simply because, I mean, the contact, the head contact that they have on a regular basis probably would be the most dangerous as far as that's concerned.
Well, it's gotten to the point, though, and we've talked about this, 15 years ago when Dale Sr. died, and you were probably just getting started on this circuit, weren't you?
I was, and I mean, essentially, it knock on wood, it kind of ended with Dale. But before that, I mean, we were losing. Listen, there's 43 drivers, and we were losing an average of like 1.5 a year. I mean, don't tell me that it's not dangerous. I hate listening to that argument that it's not dangerous. Anytime you're driving 200 miles an hour around walls, it's dangerous. But I think that prompted so many safety innovations within our sport that NASCAR's just, really supplied a lot to the safety side of things.
But for Dale Jr. and he addressed this yesterday, but he's driving by where his father died. And you guys visit Daytona twice. I mean, I just can't, I don't even know how to process that, what that must be like for him. How do you put that out of your mind, Denny?
It must be tough. And, that's all you can think of is that, I can't speak for him, but you just got to think that, he's got to have solace that, his dad was essentially blocking for his son and his race team in that race. Yeah. And he was doing what he loved. So, it's hard for me to imagine being in his shoes, but out on the racetrack, we definitely feel like we're racing his father because he's done such a good job of carrying on that legacy.
I know that you've contributed to the Man Cave here, so when you win on Sunday, just give us an idea of what we can expect here for the Man Cave. Steering wheel, helmet, fire suit. You tell me, Denny.
What's your all right of those three things? What would you prefer?
I think the steering wheel would be great. I'd probably just put that on my microphone stand, and for all to see that we won the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll supply you the winning steering wheel of our FedEx Express car this weekend. That's a deal.
And if you could drop our name and when you Victory Circle, just a quick little I don't know, just shout out to Dan and the Danettes. I mean, however you want to do it, I'll let you do it your way, but that'd be kind of nice. And like we won.
Well, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I'll probably give Paulie the shout out because he's our biggest NASCAR supporter.
That is true.
So
That is true.
shout out to Paulie for sure.
All right. Hey, have fun. Good luck, and always great to catch up with you.
All right, thanks, Dan. Thanks, guys.
That's Denny Hamlin in his RV, in bed, with his feet up.